So I am shamelessly stealing an idea from Stockholm because I'm unprepared. So we're going to do a git config show and tell. We're going to go through our git configs in turn and talk about things that might be interesting, and hopefully we can all steal things from each other, maybe put things into the thoughtbot.files afterwards or whatever. So I will start, since it's theoretically my lightning talk. Here is my git config file as it currently looks. Feel free to call out things you think are interesting. A few things I think are interesting is I have a signing key. This is my PGP key, which I can use to sign commits. I don't often sign commits, but I sign release tags for Git shell and those kind of things. So, yeah.
Why do you specify your fingerprint instead of just relying it to auto-find it?
Good question. I didn't know that you could auto-find it. How would it do that?
By your name.
Okay.
So I guess we'll see that when we look at mine, but I actually have my full name, like with my middle name, in the username option, and that makes it find the key automatically.
Okay, I wondered why you started committing under your full name.
Yeah,
now I know.
That actually, it looks a bit weird, but it's convenient, I guess.
But
and
we
also,
all know your middle name now, so that's
yes. And also, the nice thing with it, I feel, is that the signature matches the person who authored the commit, which is sort of nice.
Yep. That's cool. Cool. Interesting. I have a few aliases I quite like. So I especially like this one, which is it does show branch with the current branch and all the remotes. So I can probably show you that if I make this really big. This TV is not so good. So if I go to the Nyarp repository and I run git sb, it's going to run git show branch with the current branch, which is master, and all the remotes, so origin and staging.
That's cool.
So I can see that like there are 2 commits on origin master that I haven't merged, which is these 2, and then there's a bunch of commits that are on master but not on staging, and then staging is down here.
Right.
It's kind of a nice way of figuring out, like especially if you're collaborating with people in the same branch or trying to work out where the master branch is.
It's great to know what you're deploying as well.
Yeah. It's a good one for like, if I push to production right now, what will that do? So I quite like that one.
What is TIG? TIG?
TIG is it's like a CLI for, not a CLI, a end-curses interface for Git, so you get this kind of thing. Where you can,
so it's basically view like a CLI tool to view all the commits.
Yeah, but you can like hit a key and see the details and stuff,
Okay.
flick through them. It's pretty useful.
It's pretty cool. I usually do like git log, and then I have to copy the SHA,
and then
I
show
that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
This is faster.
This is TIG.
And the alias TIG equals
Not TIG.
bang TIG. Well, the bang here, it's not, it's run a shell command.
Shell command.
So that means I can use git TIG to launch TIG, which means I can just use TIG inside of git shell, which is a little bit convoluted.
So for us who is not using git shell, just use the TIG.
Just TIG, yeah, just straight TIG.
In the git repository.
Yeah, it doesn't come with Git, but it's a third-party tool.
Reuse or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question about the GPG program?
Yes.
What is that?
So I use 1Password to manage passwords, and I'm not sure this is a great idea. I'm rethinking it, but I have my my passphrase for my GPG key is in 1Password.
Okay.
So this means I get prompted for my 1Password master password instead of getting prompted for my passphrase.
Okay.
So I have a very long, complicated passphrase, which is longer and more complicated than my 1Password passphrase.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Someone can tell me why that's a terrible security idea. If Mike were here, I'm sure he'd be
Do you
going.
use Bash?
A bit, maybe.
So let's not talk about security.
anything else in here that's interesting?
You have an interesting merge tool.
Vimdiff and why mvimdiff?
Local merge to remote. So like, there are a bunch of things on there.
Yeah. So mvimdiff is MacVim.
It'll open the diff in the map
Yeah.
instead of Vim.
Yeah, and I'm not actually using MacVim anymore, so I've stopped using, my default merge tool is now Vimdiff. This used to be mvimdiff. But the -F local merged remote means I would see a 3-column view with the one I have to edit in the middle, and then the 2 things that I'm merging on the left and the right, which I found more useful than the default. Actually, since I've stopped using MacVim, I should change my merge tool for Vimdiff, which is the one I'm using now, to have those arguments.
Right.
So I still get that 3-up split.
Do you use the merge tool a lot?
Not very often, but when it's really complicated, then I will.
Yeah. What's the downsides of using a merge tool?
I have to, like, if I already have the file opened in another Vim session, I have to close it, or I get conflicts and Vim saying, hey, do you want to open this read-only? And it just gets a little bit weird. So
yeah.
Just to avoid closing my editor, like, if it's not a complicated thing, I won't do it.
Right. Fetch prune.
Yeah, that's a new option, and actually I got really excited when I read about it, and then turned it on and realized that I don't have a new enough version of Git installed to use it. But when you run git fetch with --prune, any branches which have been removed from the remote will get, your remote tracking branches will get removed as well.
Okay.
By default that doesn't happen, so if you do branch -a and you're not fetching with prune, then you'll have a bunch of remote tracking branches for deleted stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. That turns that on automatically, or will do when I next get around to upgrading Git.
Right. Cool. I'll steal that.
Cool. Does everyone know about Autocorrect? This is really cool.
I think I have that.
Yes.
There are a couple of people shaking their heads. So if I run git fetch, you call the git command named fetch, which does not exist. We're continuing under the assumption
It's
that you meant
automatically
fetch.
do the fetch, yeah.
Yeah.
Pull will become pull, basically, if you type wrong.
So is it only command names, or is it also options and switches and things?
I think it's only command names.
That's good, because I was really beginning terrified. Like,
So
okay,
can I like mistype git? So like I would type got fetch.
No.
Got fetch.
Your shell isn't self-aware.
I know.
If somebody tweaks your
Don't be.
shell by hacking, then you can.
I use a lot of like 1-letter aliases, and from what I know, I think Autocorrect also corrects your aliases. So this is why I don't use Autocorrect, because like if I would type 1 letter wrong and then Git would autocorrect that to another letter, I could be in kind of in trouble.
So I have a TIG alias if I run git tog.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't autocorrect it, but it actually
It might
asks
be,
you. This is the default behavior, right?
C-O maybe? I've got a C-P alias. Yeah, I think that one did autocorrect.
Yeah. So for some reason, tog was too different from TIG.
I guess it was 1 letter off from log and tag and TIG. There were 3 things that were all 1 letter off. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but it did correct my CO alias to CP, so that's pretty good. Alright, cool. I think that's all I have for mine.
Awesome.
So moving on, we have Reddit.
Yeah, so as you can see, I don't sign anything, obviously. Didn't get into that yet. I use MacVim as my editor. And the merge tool, that's just like to not keep backups and to not have any problems.
What's this quote path? I don't think I know that one.
That, I actually not sure how it ended up there. Can you do a history check when I added that?
You don't have internet.
No internet?
I'm not online, so no, I can't.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not entirely sure how it ended up there. Sometimes I forget so the command that outputs the path, that is fine. The option.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is probably, I got it from the original .files that I cloned, more likely. Yeah, the core part, I don't think I changed it except adding the editor. I have a lot of aliases, as you can see. A lot of them are common, like commit amend, create branch. That create branch and another one, delete branch on line 20 are from get extras. So and they work by like delete branch deletes the local and the remotes. Create branch does the same too.
We have that thing in thoughtbot files, I guess, or the thoughtbot.
Do we? No. Do we? But
Oh,
custom like command.
Command.
Like,
Yeah.
Not get extras.
Not the get extra. No.
Yeah. I also like added things like log 5 and log 10 just to see like just 10 because sometimes I don't care about, and usually log 5 is the one I use the most. I just want to see which last commit. The other stuff is empty to launch the merge tool, and you know I have some crazy ones like nix, nuke, and wipe on line 37. Each one does something different. So nix is just a reset hard. Nuke is for submodules because with Swift now we're using a lot of submodules. I just added this last week because CocoaPods it does not work with Swift yet, so the only dependency management we have is submodules. So I had to do that. And wipe is also like just removing any files that are. And I have some few for rebase, abort, continue, and one for rebase interactive master because we have a rebase based workflow, but recently I'm using it less and less. So I do so we on Babel based we were doing a merge based workflow, like you merge master into your current branch and then at the end you just squash and merge into master, and I think I like that better. So I'm doing less force pushing and rebasing than I used to before Babel based.
There's no force pushing in that basically.
So now I work on my branch. Whenever I need stuff from master, I merge master in my branch. And then I keep the history, and when I want to merge it, I just squash merge with master and add closes the issue number, and I leave the branch intact.
Interesting.
Other than that, I have a pretty format for logs. I have one for GitHub, which just precise your you define your username. I use Kaleidoscope as my diff tool. It's the best GUI on Mac for tooling, and a lot of that stuff is just like the options for that. And color UI auto, I think I've been having some issues with that, and I had to add this line. I don't remember exactly what were the issues though, but I had to add this to not have some weird coloring issues. I have a browser open. I don't know what that does actually.
It sets
Git browse.
what it should use for URLs, and you specify the macOS open command here.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
Your Git shell prompt, which
My Git shell prompt should have an emoji there, but for some reason it's not working. Why?
Because you don't have JavaScript disabled.
Can you enable JavaScript?
No, but you don't have.
I'm not connected to the internet right now.
Oh, but doesn't Git have support emoji by default?
But I think the JavaScript.
I think I have JavaScript turned on GitHub.com though.
But why is
It's
this?
in a raw format, I guess.
I
No,
don't
not
know.
at all.
Yeah,
It's not rendered.
maybe this font does not have emoji.
But he's on Mac OS 10, so it should have support for emoji.
I'm really glad that my laptop doesn't know how to render emoji. I'm really happy with that situation. So I'm not going to work to fix this.
Yeah, so that's a hamster emoji. That's my Git shell prompt. I did that a while ago, and I just couldn't not use it. Like I have to have that. It just makes me feel good. And no greeting true because Git shell just greets people by default. I guess it says something like I don't remember.
It tells you how to quit, I think.
Yeah. So
That's great.
What is this filtered media stuff? Clean
that's
smudge.
something I guess that was added by some third-party app. I went for it. I don't think I can explain what it does. Can we look for it maybe?
Sure. So we're looking for
It's a filter. though.
Filter clean.
Smudge. Okay, so the command which is good to convert.
git attributes for details.
Yeah, I don't remember why I added this.
This seems pretty low level.
Yeah, something added it for some reason. I can't remember. Again, I would check the history of the commit to see what added that. I think this is most likely related to the fact that I was using Git for binary files, something like that, and I had to add this. Work break. I think I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to turn off my RSI program. Cool.
Yes, these are mine.
Carl.
Intending to.
Yeah, I highlighted this line because I thought it was cool.
Yes, I like that line. There's a blog post.
What is
about
intent
this.
to add?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's an option that tells Git to stage all new files as empty files. So when I stage files, I usually use add patch, and before I run add patch, I stage all the new files as empty files. That means that when I run add patch, I will be able to review the new files as well before staging them. Otherwise, I would have to open up my editor to look at the files before I stage them, because I like to have control of. I don't like stage everything. I look at everything before I stage it.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. And there's a blog post about this on the Giant Robust blog.
Okay.
I guess this lets you just run git merge with no arguments, right? And then it will just merge the upstream branch of the current.
Yep. So if I wanna fast forward, I can just type M, and that will fast forward the current branch to the remote one.
Nice. I'm stealing that.
Yep. And I have a bunch of aliases. They are very short.
So you sign everything, right?
I sign
there's a lot of dash S's. Around.
Yes, I sign everything. I sign when I rebase. That's a pain if you don't have a GPG agent. So you should use that. Yeah, and like I said, my name includes my middle name.
So why is it Carl and not Kalle? What's the deal there?
It's my
Real name.
Real name.
I'm confused. Now.
It's like Charles and Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm officially confused.
Like John and Jack.
Yes.
And
We don't have that.
I think one interesting alias here is the merge one. I specify fast forward only. So this is totally based on our rebase workflow. So this, since I only use M to merge, this only allows me to rebase before I merge. I can never create a merge commit. So that's nice. I use commit-v, and that lets me see the diff in the editor.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice and clean.
Alright. Is anyone else going to be sad if we don't cover their config? Because we've already overrun by quite a long way. So.
We can go through them quickly, maybe 1 minute each.
Okay. Arun, anything you want to?
So I use this GCA, if you search, CA basically.
CA. I'm guessing that's an alias in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's not here. So basically, it's the same. You use -a-v, which opens an editor and adds the file.
Yeah.
It's git commit -v-a, basically. And this create branch and delete branch is basically just direct, not from the git extras.
Please do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna remove this sprout and publish. I'm not using this anymore. And yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same mostly. keep backup true.
You've got some indents to fix.
That's interesting.
Trust exit codes. Basically, when you quit your merge tool, if you press :Q bang, it will basically ask you, is that merge went successfully or not. So it basically checks for the exit codes of the merge tool. So if you mistakenly close your Vim or your editor, it will ask you again, like if that merge is fine for you or you want to do it again. So yeah, not much. Autocorrect one is basically the same. You should. And yeah, nothing much. A little bit color.
Got a custom color scheme going on.
Custom color scheme copied from somewhere.
Your indents, dude. Your indents. Your indents are broken.
Nobody wants to see my dot files.
So we are seeing them now.
It's just 2 stars. Like not 2000.
Who has 2000 here for the dot files?
Not here though.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, maybe.
Not much.
Mine is completely generic. So
Yours?
we can just skip it.
No, not interesting. I like typing.
Why is this one colored?
This is in a gist. The others are in repos. So it's just
okay.
GitHub.
Oh, so you were breaking my emoji. You should have shown it as a gist. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.